Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for your time today. And today I'm coming to you from Conway, South Carolina, and I am bringing you another Kmart. Yes, a closed and somewhat abandoned Kmart here in Conway. And guys, I didn't spot a video for this Kmart anywhere on YouTube, which I'm really surprised, but I know there's not a lot of dead mall and dead retail folks down here in South Carolina. So just for knowledge, Conway is a little bit inland from Myrtle's Inlet and also Myrtle Beach. So it's in an area that is got a decent population, about 20,000 folks, but it's again further inland, so you don't get a lot of traffic for the shore or anything like that in Conway. It's a lot of locals. So hey, as we're looking in here at the Kmart, as you saw on the sign in the very beginning of the video, this is almost 100,000 square feet of space. It was, I think, about 96,000. That's a lot of space here. This is a really big Kmart. And one of the things that I found really interesting is that this Kmart did not have an auto center. So it does have a garden center. We're going to go check that out in a moment. But look at all of the water that is on the floor in this Kmart. It is very, very surprising. Now, this Kmart closed in about 2017. So we're only talking about 6 years here for all of this damage to occur in this Kmart. And even on the windows on the inside, did you notice all of the condensation on the windows? That was also really surprising. So the exterior of this structure looks pretty new. You've got split face block on the outside, a little bit of stucco also, I believe, up top. The complex itself, though, this is the Conway Center. This retail complex has a lot of stores that are out of business. I believe there was a Rose's also a little bit further down from this location here with Kmart on the end of the strip mall. But as we walk around, take a look. Like, it's in decent shape. Now, off to the right side here, I'm going to look over a few times at that one retail store there where all the awnings are gone. It looks to me like it was some type of like Amazon bin sale place. There was lots of bins and lots of random items, but I didn't see a sign on the outside of it, so I'm not sure if it's actually open or not. Like, I did a double take. I'm looking over, I'm like, wait a second, what's in that place? So there were all these raised bins with lots of items. So here is obviously what would have been the garden center, the enclosed area of the garden center. Guys, take a look in there. We've got a lot of water damage. And unless it was just the facade of this structure and the rest of the strip mall that was maybe updated at some point, I don't think this building is all that old. So that'll go to show sometimes construction can be really, really cheap, at least in quality, I'll put it that way. Because if the roof is already having major issues and leaking in the capacity that it is, as we see in the shots going to the inside of Kmart, that's really concerning. Like, how could the roof be having so many leaks? Yeah, we don't have really extreme weather when it comes to cold, obviously, down here in South Carolina, so it's just a lot of rain and a lot of sun that would be beating on that roof. Now, we obviously see the fenced-in area here of what used to be the garden center. No automotive center again, so for as large as this Kmart is, I was really surprised when I pulled up on it that there was not an auto center. So I want to give a big shout out to Doomy Grunt here. Love watching his videos, and one of the things that he does during his videos is he will give some of the ratings from Area Vibes. So I wanted to do that for you guys today. So Conway amenities, it's looking like they get an A+ according to Area Vibes. A lot of parks, a lot of entertainment, a lot of food and drinks. Conway commute, unfortunately, gets an F. Yes, there's not a lot around the outside area of Conway. Now, this is a retail sector here that we're walking around in. So again, a lot of good restaurants, but it looks like a lot of folks have to commute for work. Maybe they're commuting into Myrtle Beach. Maybe they're commuting into Myrtle's Inlet for work with all of the seasonal employment. Cost of living gets a C, and Conway crime, unfortunately, gets a D. Okay, so Total crime, you're about 1 in 30 a chance of being a victim of crime in Conway, and employment in Conway gets an F, unfortunately. Median household income is about $37,000, and the unemployment rate, this is probably from a few years ago, this is 7%. It's 43% higher than the U.S. average. Health and safety gets a B, and Conway housing gets an F. Median home values, only about $145,000. Also, Conway Schools gets a C, so middle of the road. All right, guys, so as we're walking back here towards the front of the building, this garden area, really surprised that it didn't have a normal Kmart awning. So that again makes me think that this building is much newer. Even when I searched the news articles on this Kmart closing in 2017, none of the articles said when this Kmart opened up. So I don't think this is a Kmart going back to the 70s. I assume this is probably a Kmart from the 80s or the 90s because the building is so nice. So another thing here is that on the other side of this highway where the Kmart is, there's a Starbucks, there's a Wendy's, there are newer structures, there are a bunch of other retail. But within this Conway Center, there are several buildings that are vacant. There is a little bank that was actually behind me at this point that was also closed. There also was another bank on another corner of the property that is now being used by an auto loan place, and they literally painted the outside of the building with what looked like spray paint, so kind of disappointing and kind of junky looking. So guys, hey, as I'm walking forward here, I want to invite you to please subscribe to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate it. Also, if you could, please throw a like and also comment. If you are from the Conway area and you used to go to this Kmart, let me know about your memories here, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Also, if you are a resident of Conway and you have more to share, maybe of some other areas that are vacated or abandoned, I would greatly love to hear that. So please let me know. I am in the area every now and then whenever I go up to visit Myrtle Beach and also Myrtle's Inlet from Charleston. So definitely throw that into the comment box. All right, so as we walk back here, we are going to take a look one final time into the inside here. I was just so fascinated as to how much water was on the floor of this building. So many leaks that are going on. I don't think that there was a flood. This is a pretty elevated area, so I don't think that there would have been major rain or something else that would have created flood conditions. But just really scratching my head here on how moldy it is, how grimy it is, and how much water's on the inside. And then in a moment here, what we're also going to do is we are going to take a look at the back of the property. I didn't want to walk all the way around the back because there really wasn't much to see, but these are the only 2 loading docks for this Kmart, which was really surprising. So guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Please join me on the next one. Have a great day.